am bringing to the stage a hilarious lady. She has played the Riviera in Las Vegas. New York Post called her one of the funniest people in America. She has CDs on iTunes. She's wonderful and brilliant, and she's also the author of The Tao of Comedy. The hilarious and lovely Bobbie.
Idea. I'm gonna do that for every show. What's up, y'all? Thanks for coming. Give it up for Sally. I'm in a really good mood because I just celebrated an anniversary. I have been with my husband for 25 years. I just want to see where it goes. Before I commit to anything. We've been together for 25 years, which means I have had 24 shitty Valentine's Days. So I'm a good wife. I was like, hey honey, I've got an idea. Do you want to have a three-way for our anniversary? He said, your belly dancing teacher. Okay. Clearly you thought about this already. And so I told my belly dancing teacher. I was like, I don't know if you're going to be offended, if you're going to think it's funny. And she said, well, my job as a belly dancer is to appear to be a sexual being to everyone in the room. She said, so by you telling me that, it proves to me that I've done my job. I was like, oh my God, that is awesome. But you still didn't answer the question about the three-way. I haven't gotten him anything yet. We have completely different sex drives. Any couples in here? Same sex drive, different. Like, I want to have sex twice a day. Right? And he doesn't. So I think we should compromise and have sex twice a day. Because I'm a team player. No, I mean, honestly, y'all, I make fun of him, but I'd rather be in a cardboard box with him than be in a mansion without him. I just hope that box has a pool boy. I don't really need the pool. So at like 3 o'clock the other morning, that movie Ghost came on. Do you know what I'm talking about? With Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore. And it was the romantic scene. You know, the pottery scene. Like she's making the pot. And he comes up behind her and embraces her. And the pot collapses. And the music's playing. And I'm thinking, man, you can so tell from that scene that they're newlyweds. Right? Because if they've been married a long time, she'd be like, what the fuck? I'm trying to make a pot. You always do this. Pottery is me time. Speaking of that romantic, you guys know that song, You Are So Beautiful to Me? Yeah. You are so beautiful to me. Man, I was listening to that and I was thinking, oh, I bet the woman that that song was written for really gave him shit about the to me part. She's like, seriously, to me? You had to put a qualifier on that shit? He's like, I don't care what anybody else says, baby. You're beautiful to me. What was the first draft of that song? You were so ugly to everyone else. I'm just saying there was a fight. So, you guys know, like, when, you know, when someone's annoyed with you, but they don't really say anything, but you can, like, hear it in their voice? Well, that's what marriage is like. Married people laughing. And Chris and I are together. You know, we work together, so we're together all day, every day. All day, every day. All day, every day. So if anybody'd like to come over to my house, stab me in the eye with a fork, that'd be great. And I was like, honey, don't you get tired of just like seeing me all day, every day? Of just talking to just me all day, every day? Of fucking just me all day, every day? He's like, no, why? I'm like, nothing. Me either. But we do things apart sometimes, like recently Chris went to the movies without me because I did not want to see Gravity. But I did want to see The House without him for 2 hours. It was awesome. I give it 5 stars. So recently Chris went to the grocery store and he came back and he had bought me 4 of the same kind of lean cuisine. 4 of the same kind. Not my favorite kind, just a kind. Just a kind. And I don't know, I guess he figured if I could put up with the same dick for 25 years, I must not like the diet. We've been together since we were 19 and we're 45. Just let that soak in. Okay? Being with somebody that long is like watching the invention of smartphones and you can't even touch one. You're just like, oh, is that an iPhone? Oh, that's shiny. Wish I could touch that. Or lick it. So now, whenever I want Chris to pay attention to me, what I do is I take off all my clothes and I cover my naked body with kung fu movies and early 80s punk albums. It is on. So I'm infertile. Yeah, it's sad. I can't have a baby, so I can't, I'm never going to be like any of my other friends and have my very own abortion. So I told Chris we should adopt a baby so I can get some baby jokes. And he said we should adopt a gerbil because they're funnier. He really did say that. And I was like, okay, I'm bored. This year, we're either going to adopt a baby or we're going to start swinging. And he chose swinging. Yeah. But it was just barely. Like, he just barely chose swinging. Like, I was like, I don't know, a baby, sex with other people. What's less awkward? So we're swinging now. And I said, okay, well, who are we going to have sex with? He was like, just go find some people. I was like, why do I have to be the one to find the people for us to swing with? He goes, because it's your hobby. He's like, you don't see me sitting in the store for toy trains, do you? I was like, you don't collect trains. He was like, that's the only hobby I could think of. So we're swinging. We watch a lot of documentaries because we're married. And Chris makes me. Do y'all watch documentaries?
Yeah.
Do you watch Ken Burns documentaries?
Yeah.
Here's the cool thing about Ken Burns documentaries. They're in real time. The documentary on the Civil War lasted 3 hours longer than the war. He was like, I surrender, Jesus Christ. And one night he was like, hey honey, you want to watch a documentary tonight about burros? I'm like, really? It's come to this. That's what we do now. We sit around the house on Saturday nights and watch documentaries about donkeys. He was like, no, William S. Burroughs. I was like, oh, that's worse. They got one on donkeys. And we watched a documentary about the music scene in Laurel Canyon in the 60s. And here's what I learned from that, y'all. It said that Jim Morrison was a gentle soul. Seriously, it said when he wasn't setting his girlfriend on fire, was a gentle soul. Much like the Dalai Lama. Or Ike Turner. Seriously, who you gotta set on fire to not be called a gentle soul? A man? We also saw this horrible documentary on cosmetics testing on animals. Yeah, we should not be doing these tests on animals, right? Y'all don't give a shit about animals. We should be doing these tests on serial killers. Like, think about it. We gotta spend all this money keeping Charles Manson in prison for the rest of his life. We couldn't stop by every now and then, put a little shampoo in his eye. Tell him it's all part of Helter Skelter. Note to self, bigger font next time. So, do you guys want to hear the story about how I tried to stab Chris one time?
Yeah.
Okay. Like, who would say no to that? Well, all right. So one time I threw a knife at him, like you do when you first get married. And what happened was, I was loading the dishwasher and he was being a little shit, you know? And I was like, you know, I have a knife in my hand, seriously, shut the fuck up. And he was like, he did this number or whatever. And so I threw the knife at him. I was just gonna throw it like toward his feet to, you know, not to hurt him, but to, you know, make a point. And what it did is it landed in the dog.
Oh.
Yes, I had the same reaction. It was a German Shepherd Chow mix. It landed in, her name is Janice, it landed sticking out of her. And so we forgot while we were fighting. And we were like, oh my God, so we rushed her to the hospital. I was freaking out, there was blood everywhere. And the vet tech was like really suspicious. The whole time he was like, wait, what happened? I was like, I was loading the dishwasher and she was at my feet. I dropped a nut. He was like, wait, how did that happen? And like, I thought he was gonna call Dog Protective Services on me. And I was like, I just wanna go, no, I swear to God, I was just trying to stab my husband. But I haven't stabbed him since. Right? That's like 20 years. I haven't stabbed him in 20 years.